So this seems really obvious, and this is going to be a pretty quick video like most of my videos, but if you have ever attempted to make olives, or if you've ever successfully made olives, you know it's quite an experience and quite a commitment, and this is why olives are so expensive, and high quality olives you have to pay a premium for. The process of making olives the proper way is quite arduous. So, it starts with hand picking the olives and then hand slicing or hand smashing the olives. And then all those thousands of olives have to go into buckets of water, preferably buckets that are safe from, food safe buckets. These ones are really good. So I started out with just buckets I could afford, but then switched off to these wonderful Mighty Tough buckets, which are supposed to have some BPH protection or something. But the thing about these that are great is the lid closes firmly on top. And these are 5-gallon buckets I got from Amazon. If you shop around, you should be able to get these for between around $15, $15 to $17 delivered. If you just collect a couple at a time, you'll have plenty. You can also store dry goods in these for the long haul if you're one of those people who likes to prepare for the future and store food and have that feeling of food security, or you have a farm project like I do and you have to have containers to store things in because you have an excess of food. So back to the olives. This year was a really weird year for olives because usually the olives will ripen around September, October-ish. And when you look at olives, when you buy them in the jar, you'll see that they're all different colors. And the reason that they're different colors sometimes is because they're mixed olives, but more often than not, it's because all the olives don't ripen at the same time. And so, but they have to be picked at the same time. So you kind of do your best and pick everything, and you get this. Now this is a combination of two types of olives, but you see the more purple olives and the green olives, that's one species, and then the Kalamata olives, which are the black species. This is my really late season one that I just picked last week that I need to rinse twice a day to keep it from getting nasty. So once in the morning and once in the evening, these olives will have to be rinsed with nice clean water, and then the water's filled back up, and this is done for 2 weeks to start the process of getting the super bitter flavor off of olives. Because if you pick an olive from a tree, it's one of those mysterious things about how the hell did humans figure out that you could turn this into something not only edible but super nutritious. Okay, so the point of this video is, after going through all the arduous process of getting the bitter flavor out of the olives, I had a lot of mushy olives. You can tell this one is wrinkled up and mushy because when I picked this harvest of olives, because of the strange weather that we have anymore, because of climate change, I had very ripe olives, medium olives, which are firm, and then less than ripe olives. So the firm olives and the less than ripe olives, they will cure and have a nice firm texture when they're brined. But these, I just don't like mushy olives. They just gross me out. So I started picking them out and feeding them to the chickens, but there were so many, and I thought, God, I did all of that work and they're going to have the flavor. It's just a texture thing I don't like. And then finally the answer came to me, how stupid I was to throw them away. So I started collecting them and I canned the overly ripe olives separate. I brined them separately with the same flavoring, the citrus, the herbs, and the garlic in the brine water. And what will we use these for? Well, of course, we'll make the tapenada out of this. We will cook with this. We'll put this in the marineras and the different things that you make that you put olives in. And in the process, when you're putting really expensive olives into something that they're going to be ground up or irrecognizable, I always ask myself, I'm like, oh, this seems like such a luxury. But now, this is great because this is something that would have been thrown away that now is going to be used in a culinary fashion. And I can have my eating olives, firm and beautiful and perfect, separate from my culinary olives, which is really exciting because if you follow my channel at all, you know that I hate wasting anything. I look around at my neighbors as they let all their fruit rot and drop on the ground when they could be donating it to the needy or turning it into food. And I've offered to them, I've said, hey, if you're just gonna let that fruit rot, just let me have it. I will give you some back. I'll do all the work for you, or we'll donate it, we'll do something with it. But I'm just telling you, people are so illogical and so stupid. But look at those olives, aren't they gorgeous? So now, I spent from sunrise to sunset yesterday getting these in the brine, and it'll be another couple weeks before they take on the flavor of the herbs and garlic and pepper and what have you. And then Mr. Riddle will have about 4 to 5 cases of his legendary homemade olives to eat, to share, to sell, to enjoy. And I don't know if you know, but olives now are really endangered, and the price of olive oil is becoming exorbitant. If you can find olive oil, it's a precious commodity at Trader Joe's, I hear. At Costco last week, I think it was $40. Crazy. So I'm also starting new olive trees and bushes, planning for the future, so that I have access to not just olives and olive oil, but a good quality organic olive. All right, that's it. I hope you extracted some valuable knowledge from this process. I'm sure this video is not going to get a lot of hits because I don't know one person who actually grows and harvested their own olives here in the United States. It's a real specialized, fancy Nancy thing. Bye for now.